For over a century, Japan has guarded a quiet secret, a method of saving money so simple, yet so powerful, that it's outlasted recessions, trends, and even modern technology. While the rest of the world chases financial hacks and quick fixes, the Japanese have perfected the art of calm, disciplined wealth building. This isn't about luck or high salaries. It's about philosophy, a way of life passed down through generations, rooted in mindfulness, order, and restraint. From handwritten journals to daily rituals, every habit tells the story of a culture that treats money not as something to spend, but as something to respect. Today, we're uncovering that secret, the ancient wisdom behind how Japanese people save, spend, and live, quietly creating stability in a noisy, uncertain world. Long before budgeting apps and finance gurus, Japan had already perfected a simple but powerful way to save money: the Kakeibo Method. It's a handwritten system that turns budgeting into a mindful ritual. Created in the early 1900s by journalist Hani Motoko, Kakeibo was designed to help households, especially women managing family finances, track every yen with purpose and awareness. At its core, Kakeibo is about mindfulness, not math. Each month begins with a plan. You write down your income, your fixed expenses, and how much you want to save. Then, as days go by, you record every purchase in a notebook, every coffee, train fare, and grocery run, and reflect on whether each expense was necessary, optional, or wasteful. By slowing down and writing by hand, you start noticing your habits in real time. That's the real power of Kakeibo. It makes spending visible. When you swipe a card or tap your phone, money feels abstract. It disappears with no emotional impact. But when you have to physically write it down, you can't ignore it. You see where your money goes, what triggers impulse spending, and what truly adds value to your life. This system isn't about strict deprivation. It's about self-awareness. Many Japanese people say that after a few months of practicing Kakeibo, their spending naturally becomes more intentional. They start to prioritize essentials, delay impulsive purchases, and feel a sense of calm around money. Instead of wondering where their paycheck went, they know, and that knowledge is empowering. Kakeibo also taps into a deeper Japanese philosophy: simplicity and reflection. It turns money management into a daily moment of mindfulness, almost like meditation. You don't just manage numbers, you manage emotions, habits, and priorities. It teaches patience, gratitude, and the discipline to focus on what truly matters. Even in modern Japan, surrounded by digital wallets and contactless payments, millions still use Kakeibo notebooks. The charm isn't nostalgia, it's effectiveness. There's something powerful about seeing your finances on paper, where nothing is hidden behind an app or algorithm. Kakeibo shows that saving money doesn't have to be complicated or high-tech. It's about intention, awareness, and respect for what you earn. That's why it's survived for over a century, because it turns the simple act of tracking money into a lifelong habit of financial peace. In Japan, cash isn't old-fashioned. It's a lifestyle choice. While the rest of the world rushes toward credit cards, buy now, pay later plans, and digital wallets, Japan still prefers the feel of real money. There's a reason for that. Cash makes spending real. It brings a sense of awareness that swiping a card can never replicate. When you pay with cash, you physically feel the weight of your decision. You see your wallet get thinner, your bills leave your hand. That small moment creates accountability. It's a pause that makes you think, do I actually need this? That pause is what prevents overspending, and it's why Japan's personal debt levels remain far lower than many Western countries. Japanese culture also carries a deep sense of responsibility around money. Debt is often seen as something to be avoided, unless absolutely necessary. Credit cards exist, but they're used carefully, often paid in full immediately after purchase. Borrowing for pleasure or luxury is uncommon because it goes against the value of financial independence and stability. Even today, cash dominates daily life. Many people still pay for groceries, rent, and even utilities with envelopes of yen. This isn't due to a lack of technology. Japan is one of the most advanced nations on Earth. It's because cash creates structure. When you have a fixed amount in hand, you automatically budget. You can't overspend what you don't have. That's why many households use the envelope method. Each envelope represents a category: food, transport, entertainment, savings. When one runs out, you stop spending. It's visual, simple, and incredibly effective. There's no guesswork, no hidden charges, no end-of-month surprises. This system also keeps emotion out of money. Credit often fuels emotional spending, the thrill of getting something instantly, even if you can't afford it. Cash does the opposite. It forces patience. It turns consumption into a conscious act instead of a reflex. What's most impressive is how this old-school approach thrives in one of the world's most modern societies. Japan's loyalty to cash isn't resistance to change. It's a form of discipline. It protects people from the invisible trap of easy credit and keeps spending grounded in reality. Cash gives control. It creates awareness. It builds respect for money, something the digital world often erases. In Japan, that respect is why people save more, worry less, and live without the shadow of debt hanging over them. In Japan, simplicity isn't just a design choice. It's a philosophy that shapes everything from daily routines to financial habits. The Japanese approach to money is rooted in the same principles that define their culture: order, mindfulness, and appreciation for what already exists. This quiet, deliberate way of living allows people to save, not because they earn more, but because they need less. The foundation of this mindset is the belief that happiness doesn't come from owning more, but from valuing what you already have. Homes are smaller, wardrobes are lighter, and possessions are chosen with care. This doesn't mean people live without comfort. Quite the opposite. It means every item has a purpose. Every purchase has intention, and nothing is bought without thought. By eliminating unnecessary clutter, both physical and financial, the Japanese naturally create room for savings to grow. This principle shows up everywhere. Take something as simple as food. Japanese meals tend to be modest in portion and focused on balance rather than excess. Leftovers are rare, and waste is frowned upon. The same applies to energy use. Lights are turned off when not needed, water is conserved, and household appliances are often energy efficient and long-lasting. These small daily habits, multiplied across a lifetime, build extraordinary savings. Even shopping follows this philosophy. In Japan, impulsive buying is considered immature, while thoughtful purchasing is seen as wise. People take their time researching before buying, and many are comfortable delaying gratification until they're certain a product truly adds value to their life. It's not unusual for someone to save up for a single high-quality item rather than buying multiple cheaper versions that don't last. This approach reduces waste, increases satisfaction, and keeps finances balanced. At a deeper level, this simplicity reflects an emotional calmness about money. In Japan, money isn't just a tool for consumption. It's a reflection of balance. Spending recklessly or chasing luxury for status is viewed as losing harmony. Saving, on the other hand, represents maturity and self-control. Simplicity also allows people to focus on what truly matters: relationships, health, and personal growth. By spending less time and money chasing possessions, Japanese people often find more peace and meaning in experiences. That sense of contentment is the true reward of simple living. In the end, saving through simplicity isn't about strict budgeting or sacrifice. It's about aligning your life so that less becomes enough. Every simple habit, turning off the lights, cooking at home, walking instead of driving, isn't just an act of frugality. It's a statement of values. Japan proves that when life is simple, finances follow naturally. You save more not because you try harder, but because you no longer feel the need to spend. If there's one thing that sets Japan apart financially, it's the quiet, disciplined way people handle everyday spending. Japanese frugality isn't extreme. It's subtle, cultural, and consistent. It's not about being cheap, it's about being thoughtful. Every decision, from buying groceries to repairing a shirt, reflects a deep respect for resources. This daily discipline is what allows ordinary people to build extraordinary savings over time. One of the key aspects of Japanese frugality is the cultural concept of mottainai, the feeling of regret when something is wasted. It applies to food, money, and even time. You'll see it in how people scrape the last bit of rice from a bowl, repair broken items, or reuse packaging creatively. Nothing goes to waste if it can still serve a purpose. This simple habit of avoiding waste doesn't just protect the environment, it keeps personal finances lean and efficient. Japanese homes are a reflection of this mindset. Instead of stockpiling items or buying in bulk, people purchase only what they need. Storage space is limited, which encourages moderation. Small refrigerators, for example, prevent overbuying food that might go bad. Laundry is air-dried instead of machine-dried. Clothes are worn longer, often repaired or altered to extend their life. It's a lifestyle built around thoughtful consumption rather than constant replacement. Frugality also shows up in how people spend their free time. Entertainment doesn't have to be expensive. Many prefer community activities, picnics, or walks through local parks. Japan's public infrastructure supports this with clean, safe, and accessible spaces. When life's pleasures are affordable and communal, it's easier to save without feeling deprived. Public transportation is another major factor. Most Japanese people rely on trains, buses, or bicycles rather than personal cars. This reduces expenses on fuel, insurance, and maintenance while promoting healthier living. The efficiency of this system makes it not only economical but also practical, a perfect blend of convenience and cost savings. Eating out is treated with the same level of balance. While Japan is known for its vibrant food culture, people often cook at home and bring homemade lunches, known as bento. This simple habit saves a significant amount over time while maintaining quality and nutrition. The same goes for shopping. Sales are common, but people buy carefully. They look for durability and purpose, not just discounts. The beauty of Japanese frugality is that it doesn't feel restrictive. It's not driven by scarcity, but by mindfulness. Spending less isn't a struggle. It's a reflection of self-respect and efficiency. Money saved from small daily choices adds up quietly, creating stability and security for the future. Ultimately, everyday frugality in Japan isn't about cutting corners. It's about building habits that honor value. By living modestly, avoiding waste, and making deliberate choices, Japanese people show that saving money doesn't require wealth, only wisdom in how you live each day. In Japan, money and community are deeply connected. While individual success is admired, true stability often comes from collective effort. The Japanese way of saving isn't just about personal discipline, it's about shared responsibility, trust, and cooperation. This sense of togetherness creates a hidden network of financial strength that quietly supports people through every stage of life. At the heart of this mindset is the belief that everyone benefits when the group thrives. Families, neighborhoods, and even workplaces operate with a strong sense of interdependence. Parents teach their children to respect not just their own resources, but the communities. People take care of public spaces, return lost items, and support local businesses. This creates an environment where saving feels natural because waste of money, effort, or kindness is socially discouraged. One example of this communal mindset is seen in how Japanese families handle finances. Many households share expenses transparently and make collective decisions about major purchases or savings goals. It's common for multiple generations to live together, pooling resources to cut housing and utility costs. Elderly parents often help care for children, while younger adults support the household financially, an exchange that reduces dependence on outside services and builds security for everyone. Even at the neighborhood level, cooperation plays a financial role. Residents join local associations that handle everything from safety patrols to disaster preparedness. These networks provide practical support in emergencies, saving individuals from unexpected costs. Festivals and community events are often funded collectively, emphasizing contribution over consumption. The result is a culture where generosity and prudence coexist. People spend mindfully, but never forget the value of giving. This spirit extends to the workplace as well. Many companies in Japan cultivate a family-like environment where employees share responsibility for each other's success. Group bonuses, collective savings programs, and mutual support during tough times strengthen not just morale, but financial resilience. When people feel supported, they make wiser, less impulsive financial decisions. The power of community is that it multiplies the benefits of individual discipline. When everyone practices modesty and cooperation, costs fall, stress decreases, and wealth grows quietly across generations. Japan's collective mindset reminds us that financial independence doesn't have to mean isolation. Sometimes the smartest way to save isn't by doing everything alone. It's by building a network of people who share the same values of respect, simplicity, and care. In Japan, wealth is not measured only in yen, but in connection, the shared stability that comes when everyone looks out for each other. The Japanese way of saving money isn't built on secret investments or high-paying jobs. It's built on mindset. From the careful structure of Kakeibo and the discipline of using cash, to the calm of simplicity, the wisdom of everyday frugality, and the quiet strength of community, every habit works together like gears in a well-designed machine. It's not about living with less, it's about living with intention. Every yen, every choice, every routine is treated with respect. That's what makes the Japanese approach so powerful. It transforms saving from a struggle into a natural rhythm of life. You don't have to be in Japan to follow it. Start small, write things down, pay in cash, choose quality, value what you already have, and most importantly, build connections that support your goals instead of draining them. Because real wealth, the kind that lasts, isn't about having more. It's about knowing what's enough and living in harmony with it.